Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to MLS Online Virtual Classroom. We have been dreaming about dodos for the past three lectures, but today is the last day to dream about dodos because today is the last lecture of Dreaming of Dodos. My dear students, our today's target is basically to do the listening activity on page number 14, word study on page number 15, and writing study on page number 15. I want you to be on page number 14 of your books. At the top of page number 14, you can see there is an activity regarding listening. Now listen to my instructions carefully. On the same web page down below this video, an audio would be available that is regarding listening activity. You are going to listen to that audio very attentively and comprehend that what the speaker is saying. After then, you would do the activity on page number 14 that is regarding choosing the correct answer. You would do this activity with pencils on your book. After then you would cross check your answers, which are also available in the solution on the same web page. I hope I am clear in my instructions. Now come to page number 15. On page number 15, our top activity is regarding suffix. First, we would learn what is suffix and what is a base word. As you clearly see in this picture that there is a base word that is also known as root word. Suffix is added to the end of the word. We would further explain it. Like we have the word happy and then we have a suffix nes. Now you can see happy is the base word, nes is the suffix. After adding both these things, we get a new word that is happiness. Are you getting me? Now in this happiness, happy is basically the base word, and then we have nes that is suffix. Nes is basically suffix which is always added to the end of the word. We would further elaborate this thing in this slide as well. Suffix is basically a group of letters like ed, ing or able, just as we have this example. Suffix is always added to the end of the word. We have a root word or a base word. We add suffix to its end, just as we have this word comfortable. Now comfort. Now this comfort is basically the root word, and then we added able. Able is suffix. I hope I am clear. Suffix is a group of letters that is always added to the end of a word to make a new word. We have more examples like al, ment, ship, and the new words which we would get like regional, punishment, fellowship. Now you see, my dear students, like region is the root word, punish, fellow, these are the root words, and then I added the suffix al to make a new word as regional. Then I added ment to punish to make a new word punishment. Then I added the suffix ship to make a new word fellowship. So my dear students, on the same page number 15, at the top you can see there is an activity regarding this suffix. That you would get a root word, then you get a suffix, you add this together and you would get a new word. Just as we have the example of adjust plus able becomes a new word adjustable. Your activity is also regarding this suffix able, but remember this rule. If the root word ends with e, then remove e before adding suffix able. We have this example like adore plus able. Now you see adore is ending with e. So we would cut out e and then we would add able to make a new word adorable. You can see in adorable there is no e. So remember this rule. Whatever the example is being given, if the root word is ending with e, you would remove e, then you would add suffix. So now you are supposed to do this activity on the same page. Moving forward, on the same web page there is another activity, as you can see, that is regarding sentence and fragment. Before doing that activity, let's see what is the pattern of a simple sentence in English. Subject, verb and object. You can see subject is he. What is he doing? He is reading a newspaper. So that is his action. So that is verb. What he is reading? He is reading a newspaper. So he is reading a newspaper. We need a subject, verb and object. So the basic structure is subject, verb and object, just like we have these examples. Few hens live in the cage. I play football. Zebras survive on grass and leaves. My purpose of telling this thing is that in a sentence, subject and verb are really necessary. Object doesn't hold that much importance. If in a sentence there is no object, the sentence can give complete meaning. For example, I play, zebras survive, few hens live. If I remove the objects in all these three sentences, still they would give me a complete meaning. But if I remove a subject or a verb, then the meaning would be incomplete. Let's see how. If I remove few hens live in the cage, what does it mean? Who does live in the cage? Come to next one. I play football. If I remove verb play, I football, what does it mean? Am I a football? Come to the third sentence. If again I remove subject, survive on grass and leaves. Who survive on grass and leaves? Are you getting my point? That subject and verb are necessary in a sentence, and if we remove either a subject or a verb, the meaning would not be complete. As we can see in the next slide, on the left side you can see these are the complete sentences which are giving complete meaning. They are contain subject and verb as well, so we call them sentences. While on the other hand, if I remove live, play and survive, I get incomplete kind of sentence like few hens in the cage, I football, zebras on grass and leaves. So basically we call it fragment. A sentence which is missing a subject or a verb, we would call it fragment. Fragment, as you can see in this picture, there are fragments of vase. So fragment is a kind of pieces of something that is incomplete. As you can see in this box as well, either subject or verb is missing. A group of words where a subject or verb is missing, we would call it fragment. So what you are going to do, that on page number 15, in the last exercise, you are going to read these 4 sentences and you have to identify that either it is a sentence or a fragment. If subject and verb are there, it means it is a sentence, you would write S, and if the sentence doesn't have either a subject or a verb, then you would write F for fragment. I hope I am clear. Now let's see what is your homework. After listening the audios, do exercise A and B on page number 14. After then, do exercise D and E on page number 15. I hope the lecture was clear. After doing, you are going to do these activities, remember, with pencil on your books. After doing these activities, you would cross-check your answers with the solution provided in the same web page. Have a nice day.